The Princess Frog, a surprise guest. It was a balmy afternoon in New Orleans, perfect for a night and friends. Charlotte, honey, Big Daddy LaBouffe called to his daughter, how about going to Tiana's place for supper tonight? Oh, Daddy, that would be wonderful. Just give me a minute to change. And there you see her right there saying, I'll be right there. A little later, Big Daddy and Charlotte drove off. They didn't realize their dog, Stella, was asleep in the back of the car. When the LaBouffes arrived at the restaurant, a jazz band was on stage. Louis the alligator was playing his trumpet. Can you find the alligator playing a trumpet? Good. Charlotte, how are you? Princess Tiana exclaimed. She was happy to see her best friend. Big Daddy, would you like to sit with my mama and Navine's parents? Why, I can't think of anyone better to share my supper with than Endora and you and your in-laws, he replied. Soon, Tiana's family and friends were settled at a big table. The princess walked around the dining room to make sure the other guests were happy too. Do you see the princess? Do you see Charlotte? And do you see her dad? Good. Meanwhile, Stella had woken up. The dog climbed out of the LaBouffe's car and looked around. Immediately, she caught the mouth-watering scent of Tiana's beignets. Stella followed her nose right into the restaurant kitchen. Looky here, shouted one of the cooks. We have a visitor. Here you go, puppy. Have some of this gumbo. It's a new recipe. Yum, yum. And there you see Stella. She got out of the car. She went into the kitchen because she smelt the fragrant aroma of gumbo. And here she is getting a bone in the kitchen. Stella eagerly tasted the dish. It was delicious. A moment later, the waiter threw her a large bone. The dog couldn't believe her good luck. Stella spent the whole evening in the kitchen, while Charlotte and Big Daddy dined to Louis's jazz band and talked with their friends. Stella was getting all kinds of treats. Late that night, after the last jazz number had been played, all the guests went home. Charlotte and Big Daddy never realized that Stella was also at the restaurant. Ta-ta! Charlotte called as they left. Endora left with Navine's parents. Turning to her daughter, she asked, I have never heard the band play quite that well. And that new gumbo? Absolutely delicious. I'll see you tomorrow, sweetheart. After Princess Tiana walked her family to the door, she went back to the dining room and finished cleaning up. A few minutes later, Louis and the band went to the kitchen for their evening meal. As they walked in, Stella began to bark. Grrr! She was... That's what they did. Good job, doggies. She was terrified of the giant alligator. Oh, now hold on, little dog, Louis spoke to Stella. I'm not here to eat you. I just wanted a taste of the chef's new gumbo. Stella was frightened and she kept barking. The kitchen staff and the band members looked at each other. They weren't sure what to do. In the dining room, Tiana and Naveen heard the barking. They rushed to see what was causing the commotion. Tiana recognized LaBouffe's pet at once. Stella, what are you doing here? She asked. Don't worry. Louis is our friend. He wouldn't hurt anyone. Look at the alligator, Louie. He is just trying so hard to be nice to that puppy. The alligator peeked out from behind his tail. He did not understand why the dog was so upset. Stella looked at him suspiciously. Go ahead, Princess Tiana encouraged the dog. Just go over and make friends. Making friends is always so nice. Cautiously, Stella walked towards Louie. The alligator stayed very still. He didn't want to frighten the dog at all. See, nothing to be afraid about, Naveen said. Soon Stella realized Louie was harmless. The dog wagged her tail. Then she smelled some delicious chicken. Tiana smiled. Let's go get dinner for you all. The princess and the kitchen staff quickly put together a nice supper of the evening's leftovers. Everyone went into the dining room. The staff ate while Prince Naveen played the ukulele. Louis picked up his trumpet and joined in song. Some of the waiters and waitresses began to dance. Stella didn't pay much attention though. She was eating some of Tiana's beignets. I didn't know doggies like beignets. A while later, the staff headed home. Tomorrow would be another busy day at Tiana's palace. Come along, Stella, Tiana told the dog. Time for you to go too. The prince and princess brought Stella to Charlotte's house. No one had noticed she was missing yet. Good night, Stella, the princess said, giving the dog a big hug. Can you see her hugging her? Now that you know how much fun we have at the restaurant, you should come by more often. Woof, woof, Stella barked. She hadn't expected to have such an adventure at night. She knew she'd return to her palace the next chance she got. The end.